Hi, I'm Andrew Berry and welcome to At the Bench's YouTube channel. We're here today and we're going to be looking at a particular type of product from GRS. GRS are an American company and they produce some absolutely fantastic pieces of equipment and machinery for bench jewelers and for engravers. I'll give a link to their website down below in the description. Go and check them out. GRS, famous for their GraverMac engraving systems, and also for this here. This is one of the latest version of their BenchMate systems that you see me use all the time. Not necessarily here on At the Bench, but in our Instagram photographs that we use in our workshop downstairs. Now, they brought out a product not so long ago called this. This is the Slide and Lock from GRS. Now, what does this particular piece of equipment do? Well, as you know, the BenchMate system relies upon the little dovetail plate that you screw onto the front of your bench. Now, that enables you to use the BenchMate system, enables you then to put on your bench peg and a few other bits and pieces as well. Now, up here in this studio, I don't have that facility of having the dovetail plate screwed onto the front of my bench here, as I have downstairs. Let me just dismantle all this a minute so I can show you what I'm about. In fact, let me just show you this one. So at the moment, for this demonstration, I'm using this little device here. This is the New Concepts bench adapter. This enables you to screw this plate to the front of your bench, and also has this dovetail plate here on the back that enables you to use GRS products and also New Concepts products as well. In this particular bench, I don't have that facility because my bench peg here is a fixed one, so I cannot put this in place. So for this demonstration, to show you the piece of equipment I'm going to be showing you, I've put it to the side of my bench, just so you understand how it all works. Now, the slide lock. What does the slide lock enable you to do? This is the slide lock. This is one that enables you to have a dovetail plate on the top and also a dovetail plate on the bottom. And by having that, it's got this little lock on the back here that enables us now to slide this up and down. This part obviously fastens onto your dovetail plate that's fastened to your bench and enables you now to move this up and down. Now, why would you want to move this up and down? Well, if you're working along and perhaps you have a microscope that you got in front of you here, and the distance from the microscope to the actual piece that you're working on is not close, it should be quite a distance away. This allows you then to have the area that you want to be working on down here. You can open this up and you can slide this up and down, and from here you can put on a little shelf and you can put on your GRS little mini ball vise that enables you now that you can work here. Your microscope's here, the vise is down here, which gives you really good access. It also enables you then to put perhaps your bench peg on the top as well here. So perhaps you want to do some sawing and some piercing, you can be working quite high up here. If you didn't want to do that, you can put your BenchMate system on it and you can still work nice and close up as well, but also being able to have the ability that you can work down at a distance, and this height can be varied to suit your needs. Now, the problem that I had was when I had this piece here, I thought this was going to be absolutely brilliant. This was going to be exactly what I wanted. Put my BenchMate into place, I could move this up, and you're not fixed to the fixed peg that you've got in front of you. You can move it up and down, and sometimes when I'm piercing, I like to drop my seat really, really low so the bench peg is quite high up, so you can really do some nice intricate piercing. But with this, I can simply put my bench peg on here, yes, that is a bit too high, but I can make this the exact height that I want without altering the height of my chair, and I can do some fantastic piercing. Now, the problem that I've got is that then I went and got a microscope. Now, the problem that I've got is that this area here comes up. As you can see, it rises nice and high, which is no problem, but with the microscope, when I swing the microscope into place, this part of the slide and lock gets in the way of the scope, and the scope can't come across, and really this then defeats the whole purpose of having the slide lock, because it has to be down here. Now, for those who have bought the slide lock, and there are two options. There's one that is slightly different to this, and there's this one here. I bought this one because this at the time was exactly what I wanted. But now GRS have gone and made an adapter. So you don't need to buy this one and the other item as well. They've got this adapter that I will show you now how to put onto this original slide and lock. So let's take this off. And let us remove that, and let's show you now how to put on the adapter plate onto this slide lock. So we've got the slide and lock unit here. We've also got the Tru-Axis slide. So this is the original slide and lock, and in here we've got the carriage and two Allen keys. First of all, we just need to remove the two dovetail plates off the original, and we can simply remove them with a cross-headed screwdriver. Remove the plates, and don't forget, remember which way up they do go, but they do have the GRS logo on it, so you shouldn't have any problems knowing which way around they do go. Remove the 4 screws from each dovetail plate. Like that there. Okay, so that's the preparation done for the slide and lock. Now take a look at the adapter. On the bottom here there's a little block with an Allen key bolt. Keep that, put that to one side. What you want to do next is slide this carrier up from the bottom, up the actual original slide and lock. Now on the back here you've got this little cam lever here. Make sure that it is in the open position, and then slide on your adapter, and that should go on nicely. And once that has been put into place, what I would advise you to do then is to get the little stop that I just unscrewed from the adapter, and on the bottom of the original adapter you've got the little hole here, and now what I would be inclined to do is to screw this into place. This now will stop the adapter from coming all the way off. It'll come down and it'll stop, which will actually save your toes, because if you don't have that little stop on the bottom and you undo the cam, this can slide all the way off and best possibly land on your feet or in your bench. So it's important to put that into place. Now we've got that, let's keep it open. Now we've got that into place, now we can put our plates back on. And the plates go back onto the sliding unit here. And let's just put these back on. And there are 3 different positions of where we can put the plates. So you can just have one plate in the middle if you wanted to, or like me, we're going to put our 2 plates back on. I'm going to put these back into place. Put the screws back in. So instead of using the original slide and lock to move up and down, we now keep that in a fixed position, and then the Tru-Axis adapter will move up and down instead. 2 more to go. And 1 more. Okay, so those are our plates, dovetail plates, put into position. Now it is important to make sure that the original adapter is moved downwards, but only as far as the top of the cam, because the cam comes over and holds that in place like that. Now if you have the original adapter too low, it's not going to get a good secure bite on that cam. You don't want to have that cam visible from the front. The cam just has to be below the surface, just like we've got there. And with that in place, we can now use the Tru adapter to move our dovetail plates up and down instead of using the original adapter to go up and down. So let's see how that looks on our plate. And now we put on the top onto our dovetail plate, and this now stays in position. This part here now doesn't move, so we can use our microscope, and our microscope can come in front of us without being obstructed by the top of the adapter. And now we use the Tru-Axis adapter to move up and down, and that can go all the way up as far as we want to and all the way down. I am limited because I do have this section under here, but if you didn't have this large area here from this adapter that I use from New Concepts, this Tru-Axis adapter will go a lot higher. And now we've got our 2 positions here. And as this area here is fixed, what we can do is put one of our adapters onto the top here, which will enable us to use our bench peg at a nice fixed position by here, but still allowing us to have the flexibility of having this area down here, that yes, we can come along then with our shelf or with a BenchMate or whatever you want to have complete flexibility on height without the slide and lock getting in the way of your microscope. So I've just put the dovetail plate on the top here, which will enable us to use our bench peg at the correct working height. And then should we want to perhaps do some more engraving or work at a slightly lower level, that can always then come off. And in this case, I've got one of the little shells that will go onto the bottom here, and I can put my little engraver's ball on it, and I can do some fantastic engraving. I can bring the microscope across completely unhindered now because the slide and lock is nice and low, and we can come along and do some engraving at the correct height we need to. And again, we can alter the height on this whichever height you want. Doesn't come off because we got the stop, put it into place, and so forth. You don't have to use the shelf. You can get the BenchMate, and again, you can put that on then at whatever height you want and adjust the height of that up and down to wherever you should need it. Very neat little adapter kit should you have the original GRS slide lock adapter. So that is the Tru-Axis slide to go on the original slide and lock by GRS. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Don't forget, smash that little bell icon if that is something that you're into and want to be notified when films go live on our YouTube channel. Don't forget, please give this film a thumbs up if you like it. Have anything to say about the GRS products? Just leave them in the comment section down below, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.